assembly on dress code compliant footwear to bring you the following public service announcement.
Over the next several minutes, you see a series of tips and tricks that will help guide you through your upcoming four-year nightmare. So please listen closely while we change your life. Presented for the first and only time,
How to succeed in high school
without really trying.
We're all going through the same rigors of high school, some of us a bit slower than others.
But we all have our own ways of coping.
In this selection, we seasoned high schoolers will commandeer an assembly and give them some much-needed advice.
These tricks of the trade are sure to teach them.
How to Succeed in High School Without Really Trying by Jonathan Rand. Lesson 1, Homeroom. The beginning of every student's day begins as the simplest, yet there is one crucial component that must be handled with great care: attendance.
If you miss too many days, it can mean trouble, which is why we recommend a simple workaround, and that is legally change your name to what?
Here's how it works. Now that your name is what? If you can't make it to roll call, no problem. Your trap has already been set.
Felicia Walker.
Here.
Robert Walters.
Here.
Erica Weinstein.
Present.
What?
Present.
Jennifer Wilkins. And just like that, without breaking the sweat, you've got yourself a devoted and completely unaware accomplice. Thanks, Erica Weinstein.
What?
Other than what, there are a wide variety of names to choose from, such as sorry, repeat what you said a second ago.
Proceed with caution, however. Such names may have confusing ramifications later in life.
Now, an emergency response.
Oh, I'm sorry, my wife is having a baby!
Oh, okay, calm down, sir. Which wife's name?
That's right.
Sorry?
Yes?
Who's having a baby?
My wife.
Which wife's name?
Exactly.
Sorry.
You're sorry too?
This is confusing.
You're saying we're both sorry.
I'm saying on what?
Wait, you're saying you're what? Or that you're sorry?
Sir, what is the emergency?
Yes, what is the emergency?
Sorry?
No, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I've been sorry since high school.
I get it. Your names are what and sorry. That's awesome. I pulled the exact same trick in high school.
Oh, no kidding. What's your name?
Say that again.
What's your name?
Say that again.
What's your name?
Say that again. I'm having a baby.
Yeah, do you think you could get us that ambulance?
Sure.
Lesson 2, English.
There's only one rule to English class, and that is no matter what you say it with 100% confidence.
It's the golden rule of English. You don't even have to understand what you're saying. Just pretend you mean it with all your heart.
Whenever any of the following themes are mentioned,
Darkness.
blackness,
Albatross.
raise your hand and say it. That's metaphor for death.
Also, no matter what literature is being discussed, if there's a mother in it, mention Freud.
No matter who the protagonist is, claim they're a Christ figure.
Other surefire methods include stroking your chin,
Nodding.
stroking your chin while nodding, and whenever possible, using the word juxtaposition.
For example, it's positively Freudian how the novel's Christ-like protagonist is juxtaposed with the albatross of death.
We're also aware that many English teachers require their students to give oral presentations in class.
Whether it's Wordsworth or Shakespeare, the golden rule of English class still applies, and that is,
No matter what you say it with 100% confidence.
if you're unprepared or don't understand the material, it makes no difference as long as you recite the words with mysterious intensity.
Bonus tip, and random pauses and punctuation to make it seem like you know more than you actually do.
Take Robert Frost.
2 roads diverged in yellow wood. And, sorry,
I could not travel both, and be but one traveler.
long I stood and looked down one as far as I could.
So would it end in the undergrowth?
The undergrowth.
This same method can be applied to anything ever written, so feel free to practice at home with more familiar material.
Now that it's raining more than ever,
Know that we still have each other.
you can stand under my umbrella.
You can stand under my umbrella.
Ella. Lesson 3, math. Math is hard.
Way hard.
So hard that cutting corners isn't really an option.
Which is why we say,
If you can't beat them, join them, and here's how.
Step 1, identify math partner.
You're looking for a very specific breed of student here, so the selection process is key.
Allow us to demonstrate. Say you're a girl.
I'm a girl.
And you're looking for the smartest male mathlete in your class. First, you need to carefully scrutinize your options. Subject A. Notice the higher than average definition of subject's arm muscles. This likely means that a disproportionate amount of his spare time is spent in the weight room. And as the saying goes, if he's well on his pecs, he ain't sorry for X. Physique test failed. Subject B. Determine if subject's cologne can be identified at a 10-yard range. Cologne check.
Oh! Eternity for men. It can therefore be inferred that the subject spends more time paying attention to what's inside his mirror and not enough to what's inside that parabola. Smell test failed.
Subject C. Socks match scarf.
Style test failed.
Subject D. Subject's 5 o'clock shadow and barbed wire neck shoes clearly indicates subject is one of his 20s and is likely taking basic algebra for 3rd and 4th
Age test failed.
Subject E. Below average physique. Faint odor generic brand body soap. as evidenced by Dora the Explorer lunchbox. Furthermore, said lunchbox can indicate an even younger age, implying at least one skipped grade. Ladies and gentlemen,
Jackpot. Step 2, use complex strategic maneuvering to arrange social interaction. Wanna go out?
yeah.
Step 3, master math through osmosis. By really spending time with your new math partner, math expertise will be effortlessly attained as theorems and equations literally seep into your pores. For example,
Check out the cosine of this chicken header.
or that guy makes the square root of 4 equals square root of 16 school.
Fantastic! High square root of 25! Step 4, and this is important.
Love each other forever.
Unlike in the movies where the girl uses the math nerd to succeed, only then to dump him and run off with the leading quarterback, this is real life.
And in real life, while Algebra Boy may seem out of touch and socially inept, it's only temporary. And in 10 years, while the cool kids have long since lost their cool, Math Man grows up to be one of the most centered, driven, and least awful guys that you will ever meet.
So in 10 years, would you have rather landed the leading quarterback?
Or the math nerd.
You do the math.
Lesson 4, foreign languages. First and foremost, due to time constraints, we are unable to cover all foreign languages at this time. Therefore, we are required to pick one at random from this box. And today's lesson will be
French! And French it is. Regardless of the foreign language you're taking, the recipe for success is the same, and that is...
If you're ever in a situation where you don't know what to say, just rattle off random words, anyone would know.
To illustrate, here's a student's class presentation on Parisian travel.
Bonjour, présentation, voilà!
France,
Paris,
Disneyland Paris,
Rousseau, brunette, joie de vivre,
Garçon,
petit garçon,
soupe de joie,
Colombo, déjà vous, toupet, joli.
And in the rare event your teacher doesn't buy it, you'll be ready. Monsieur, your presentation was a disaster. All you did was rattle off random words anybody would know.
Touché. Lesson 5, science.
Some teachers use what's called mnemonics to help students memorize scientific concepts. Mnemonics are common phrases that help jog the memory. For example,
To help memorize the taxonomic classifications of kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, just think King Philip came over from Great Spain.
an expression that comes up regularly in everyday conversation.
Hey Carl, what's up?
King Philip came over from Great Spain!
Cool, see you later.
We found that current mnemonics are old-fashioned and thus longer effective. For easier memorization, we recommend new and improved versions.
For example, to help memorize the kingdoms of Monera, Protista, fungi, plants, and animals, just think my pants feel pretty awesome.
But to memorize the 4 DNA components, guanine, adenine, thymine, and cytosine, just think. Go away, Tom Cruise!
That's all it takes. Lesson 6, history. What's the worst part about studying for a history test?
The answer, of course, is dates.
That's right, dates.
And we don't mean the kind of dates this creepy guy goes on. We're talking about moments in history, and there's quite a few moments in history to remember.
How many wars and battles and treaties have there been?
A lot.
At least 5.
Here's an actual example of an American history exam.
When was the Battle of Appomattox? A, 1861, B, 1863, or C, 1865?
Hard to know the answer when you have hundreds of other dates occupying your brain. Which is why we've established a way to make studying easier.
Notice the common thread between all 3 dates? They all begin with 186, and odds are they will all end in a different number.
Which means when you're studying, you'll need to memorize 2 words.
Appomattox and 5.
But cutting out 75% of your work, a 1-hour study session now lasts 15 minutes. Declaration.
6.
Watergate.
3. Move. 9.
Word of caution, however, this special method may cause confusion elsewhere in life.
Congratulations, class of 6. It seems like only yesterday we were freshmen back in 2.
And the Red Sox are world champions!
And tonight we're gonna party like it's 9.
We hope you guys someone what you learned today, succeed in high school with flying colors. And if you fail, we're sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
This has been
How to succeed in high school
without really trying.
You're welcome.